rising sun hits the sky. See it open before us. Take these hopes, hold them high. Every step takes you closer. Oh, 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 oh. The stars will show us. Oh, 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 oh. It's all waiting for us. Every turn a living color. Heaven knows what we'll discover. A story in the making. The world is ours for the taking.
Open fields, distant shores, every anticipation. Getting lost, we'll explore with no hesitation. Oh, 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 oh. The stars will show us. Oh, 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 oh. It's all waiting for us. Every turn a living color. Heaven knows what we'll discover. A story in the making. At the start of something later than we could uncover. Holding on to all this wonder. A story in the making. The world is ours for the taking. Rising sun hits the sky.
Take these hopes and hold them high.
Every turn a living color. Heaven knows what we'll discover. A story in the making. At the start of something later than we could uncover. Holding on to all this wonder. A story in the making. The world is ours for the taking. A story in the making. The world is ours for the taking.
Daisies blooming, sundress swaying in the breeze. I can't stop staring. You've put a spell on me, and I hope that you never decide to set me free. The way you're moving has got me moving my own feet. The greatest feeling that I could ever dare to dream is you forever moving next to me. Let's not waste time, or take this slow. We've got miles behind us, but miles to go. So let's just break this down to the simplest truth. You and I as one will always be better than two. The leaves ain't waiting, their colors changing like the times. And I'm taking, darling, would you be mine? And I hope you know I will love you for the rest of my life. Let's not waste time, or take this slow. We got miles behind us, but miles to go. So let's just break this down to the simplest is true. You and I as one will always be better than two.
Thanks, Matt. Welcome to the 152nd Annual Commencement for the University of Utah. Congratulations, graduates. We did it. During a worldwide pandemic, too. Seriously, they should give us additional degrees after all of this. Not only did we put in the work, hit our goals, nail our exams, and stay up studying way too many times, we did it under conditions that we never could have anticipated. What we considered the new normal was anything but that. However, this is exactly what makes today's incredible accomplishment all the more impressive. Tonight, we celebrate just that. Commencement is going to feel a little different this year for obvious reasons. Usually, we'd be in here at the Huntsman Center, thousands strong, together like it should be. But tonight, we're huddled around a screen of some sort. Not typical, but it doesn't mean we can't embrace this new experience, surrounded virtually by the ones we love and the people who got us here. Tonight, it's all about celebrating us, the class of 2021. So get comfortable, grab a snack, and as always, go Utah. Please rise as the Michie Undergraduate Vocal Quartet from the University of Utah School of Music performs the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Whose broad stripes and bright stars the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there, our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I want to offer my warmest congratulations to the class of 2021. We have been on this path at the U together, which means I've seen firsthand your creativity, research excellence, and the successes you've experienced. There have been challenges, especially during the past year, but you persevered. You showed resilience, strength, and determination as you pressed forward. We encouraged you to imagine, and you did. You kept your focus on the finish line, and now you've reached it. The U is one of America's leading research universities, and that means your diploma has value that will pay true dividends as you enter the next phase of your life, whether that is a career or additional education. I look forward to hearing in the years to come about the accomplishments of the class of 2021. Again, warmest congratulations.
My name is Cynthia. My favorite memory at the U was putting on the 2019 homecoming concert with Jesse McCartney. It was so awesome to bring so much life and energy to Union Plaza with 3,000 of my other classmates.
Hey there, fellow grads. This is Korak Chakraborty. My time here at the University of Utah has been truly transformative, and I've enjoyed every moment of it, all those ups and downs. Thank you to everyone who made this day possible for me, and especially my wonderful parents, who are probably watching this all the way back in India. I love you guys. Go Utah!
On behalf of the entire University of Utah, let me first say congratulations, class of 2021. As we begin this virtual ceremony, I would like to acknowledge those who join me in celebrating your graduation from the University of Utah. Commissioner David Wolstenhume and members of the Utah Board of Higher Education, members of the University of Utah Board of Trustees, deans and directors of the university schools, colleges, and museums, members of the President's Cabinet and the university administration, and leaders of the Associated Students of the University of Utah. I also want to give you a moment to offer your gratitude to another group celebrating this moment with you. Now is the time to send a message, offer a hug to all the friends and family, staff, and faculty who supported you through your years of study. And let me offer my own gratitude to all those who supported our graduates. You deserve our thanks today in this virtual commencement, though it's not what you or our graduates or we anticipated when you began your academic studies here at the university. All of us at the University of Utah wish we were able to look out upon a joyous crowd, an arena filled with graduates, clad in academic regalia, in the colors reflecting their professional and their college affiliations. Robes like my green robe, which represents medicine, or the orange regalia, which represents the College of Engineering, or brown regalia representing business, and white for the humanities and social and behavioral science, to call out just a few of the colors and the many sights we hope to soon see again when we are able to gather for ceremonies like this. What a year we have been through together. We have dealt with a pandemic, an earthquake, hurricane-level windstorm, and at the national level, we have experienced a tumultuous election and renewed calls for equity and social justice in our country. Through all these events, you kept going. You successfully pivoted and adapted to major changes in our campus operations and our coursework delivery that were necessary because of the pandemic. I am sure you are all thrilled to say goodbye, at least for now, to Zoom meetings. You know, this was a difficult year indeed, a year that challenged each of you in myriad of ways, both academically and personally. But here you are, and with a degree in hand. Let me say a few words about our class of 2021 here at the University of Utah. We are celebrating 8,442 graduates this year, and you have earned more than 9,000 degrees, which means some of you are leaving with more than one diploma. You represent 26 Utah counties, all 50 United States, and 66 countries. The oldest graduate receiving a baccalaureate degree this year is 86 years old. What a great example of lifelong learning. Our youngest bachelor's degree recipient is 18 years old. There are 345 veterans graduating this year. And to each of you, thank you. Thank you for your service to our country. There are 16 Bennion Scholars, students who have excelled in their dedication to community engagement. 245 students are graduating with university honors degrees, and another 99 students are graduating as undergraduate research scholars. Well done to all of these students. Graduates, you showed tremendous resilience, fortitude, and individual excellence in staying focused on finishing the course. You distinguished yourselves in incredible ways during an incredibly challenging year. We appreciate your dedication as scholars, your enthusiasm for learning, and your interest in improving society and addressing our world's grand challenges. With a degree from the University of Utah, you are well equipped for this task, and I can tell you that the value of the degree you have earned from the U, one of America's leading research universities, will only increase in the years ahead as you add to it with your career experience and, for some of you, additional education. We hope you feel confident about what you are capable of as you move into the next phase of life. We have no doubt that you are capable of great things. You are the innovators, the thinkers, the change makers, the inventors that our world needs. Please stay connected to the University of Utah and to make the many friends you have made here, fellow students, staff, and faculty members. Remember, you are now forever Utah. Congratulations to each of you.
It is my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Kirsten Karen. Kirsten is from Cottonwood Heights and is a self-described queer, middle-aged, single working mother. She is graduating with a degree in psychology. Baccalaureate students graduating with honors and students nominated by their colleges were invited to submit an essay for consideration as our student speaker. 43 students were considered, several of whom are featured in this evening's program. This selection committee, comprised of students, staff, and faculty, had a difficult task in selecting just one speaker, but ultimately agreed, and we hope you do too, that Kirsten summed up this year and your accomplishments perfectly. Here's Kirsten.
Unprecedented. How many times have we heard that word in the last year? I'm just a little bit older than most of you, and I can tell you I've heard it more in the last 12 months alone than in all my previous years combined. I'm a psychology major. Wait, no. Now I need to get used to saying I have a degree in psychology. And there's a saying that we use a lot in psychology. Neurons that fire together, wire together. What that means is our brains are constantly making associations between things. Not always accurately, mind you, no pun intended. Here's an example that most of us have experienced. You're a kid. One day you're eating a banana and it's so delicious. You love bananas. Maybe you even have a second banana, it was so good. A little bit later though, you puke absolutely everywhere. Fast forward to the present day, someone offers you a banana and you say, oh no, I hate bananas. Bananas make me barf. Neurons that fire together, wire together. But maybe what really happened when you were a kid was that you had already contracted a flu bug. Or maybe you were in the car eating your banana and what you actually experienced was motion sickness. The banana did not in fact make you sick at all. I feel the same way about the word unprecedented.
Over the last year, I have come to dread seeing or hearing that word. I associated it with fear, violence, loss, illness, uncertainty, death. Today, I want to break that association. I want to rewire our neurons. I want to take that word back. Unprecedented. All of us navigated the tumultuous ocean of life and continued. We changed course to adapt with the raging storm, and we believed we would get through it. Even when we could no longer see the stars above our heads and lost the maps that charted our original course. We practiced resilience and hope. We listened and lifted each other up. We found voices that had been previously drowned out or unsure and raised them to call for much needed change in our society. Unprecedented. Many of us found ourselves cut off from our support systems. Many of us took care of family members who were ill, and some of us even became ill ourselves. Many of us lost our jobs, faced food and housing insecurity. We learned to facilitate online learning for ourselves and in some cases for our children. Far too many of us lost loved ones. Unprecedented. Despite all these challenges, we are here. I know it wasn't easy. I know there were days and maybe months that many of us wanted to give up. I know the raging waves of life threatened to overwhelm us and drag us down to murky depths. Yet we fought our way back to the surface. And that fight isn't romantic or glamorous. We kick our way upward with the everyday acts of trying, listening, and learning. Unprecedented. We earned so much more than a degree here today. We earned the knowledge that whatever comes our way, we can meet it all with the adaptability and bravery and the sheer determination we have exercised over the past year. So take a deep breath, enjoy this view, this moment. We must not forget what we have learned about the world and ourselves, because the journey is not over. Whether we go on to graduate school, a career, travel, charity work, relationships, raising a family, or all of the above, each of us must carry everything we have learned and use it to facilitate effective, positive change. There will be more storms, more uncertainty, more loss, but there will also be more change, more unity, more love. Because, class of 2021, we are unprecedented.
Thanks, Kirsten. That was an amazing speech. And I agree, we really are unprecedented. So, can you guys imagine this last year without music? With all of the crazy things that have happened, music has really been what saved me. And closer to home, our School of Music students have really stepped up during the pandemic. They continued mastering their skills and found new and innovative ways to record and perform. The Michie Undergraduate Vocal Quartet even had some fun making something special for the class of 2021. Check this out.
Toilet paper Tiger King, when Stefani gets a ring, Jeff Bezos and Amazon, he's CEO no more.
Parasite takes Oscar win, Cat production was a sin, everybody's dancing like Miss Carol Baskin. Toilet paper's running out, TikTokers out search for clout, but China's only searching for the credit card info.
Koala bears are catching fire, country's tensions getting high, world rallies for support of Black Lives Matter.
We didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire, no we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it.
Broadway closes this course could really use the rest.
Our senior year was a joke, now in college going broke, spending scholarships on Amazon and Grubhub.
Binging Gabbett and The Crown, Bridgerton has come to town, watching WandaVision and The Mandalorian.
Nintendo Switch is gone, the PS5 is showing the throng, Cyberpunk by Project Red went so wrong.
We didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire, no we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it.
Sweeping through my online class, doesn't matter, I'll still pass, wearing my pajamas every hour of the day.
Disney Plus, Netflix 2, Prime, YouTube, and Hulu. Elon made this child, and the internet goes wild.
Breakout rooms just waste my time, they should all be made a crime. Don't forget to unmute, that lawyer's not a cat.
Kamala Harris, Joe Biden win the press. Finally, the U.S. has a female vice pres.
R.I.P. to RBG, Rip John Lewis and Kobe. Chadwick Boseman, may he always be our great king.
Graduating class, congrats. Looks like you all passed the biggest test of all was 2020. We didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire, but when we are gone, it will still burn on and on and on and on and on and on and on. We didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire, no we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it.
On behalf of the University of Utah Board of Trustees, congratulations to the classes of 2020 and 2021. We are proud of all you have accomplished. You now have a degree, and some of you more than one degree, from one of America's leading research institutions, which positions you well for future success. On the occasion of the annual general commencement, the University of Utah confers honorary doctoral degrees on individuals whose service to country, education, professions, business, government, the arts, and good causes is of such high order and significance as to warrant this honor, the highest recognition given by the university. On behalf of the university's Board of Trustees, I am delighted to introduce this year's recipients, William J. Rutter, Doctor of Science.
William J. Rutter was born in Malad, Idaho, in the year...
I don't tell anybody my age.
For those wondering, he is 93. He's considered by many to be the father of biotechnology.
I don't think any single person owns a field, and certainly not biotechnology. On the other hand, I have devoted my life to the use of technology in the service of medicine in one way or another.
Whatever Dr. Rutter thinks, the impact he's had in the medical field is undisputed. His journey started when he majored in biochemistry at Harvard.
I got a lot of Harvard, but from what Harvard had to offer, but now it's a different thing to decide what one is going to do with one's life. And I had an opportunity to go to medical school, so I sat in on some of the classes. And after about a quarter or two, I was just much more fascinated with the science that was going on. And Utah had a great department in pharmacology, so I learned a lot from that.
At the University of Utah's pharmacology program, Dr. Rutter's friendship with one colleague set him on the path that defined the rest of his career.
There was a young professor in the department whom I began speaking with, and his name was Garth Hansen. I was talking to him about an interest I had in unusual disease, which was called lactosemia. So we started these experiments, observed the phenomenon. Well, that set of experiments just set me off. One set of experiments led to another, and it was, for me, it's the best game in town, still has been. Instead of going to medical school, answering medical issues technologically has turned out to be a challenge which persists.
After earning a master's degree in biochemistry at the U, he earned his PhD at the University of Illinois. Later, he did postdoctoral work at the University of Wisconsin and the Nobel Institute, where he worked in labs with Nobel Prize candidates. His academic career flourished and eventually led him to the University of California, San Francisco, to develop a new department of biochemistry and biophysics.
During that time, I've also committed myself to commercial developments. It's like deciding not to practice medicine in the typical way, but to practice medicine in a technical way. That is, to provide new strategies for dealing with medical problems. And that's the area which captivates me.
Dr. Rutter then co-founded the Chiron Corporation with two UCSF colleagues. He and his colleagues have been instrumental in many biotechnology breakthroughs. They perfected the production of insulin.
In the early days, insulin was obtained from the pancreas of cows and pigs, though most of the insulin is made from yeast now. Better insulin and better treatment of patients.
He and his colleagues have made blood transfusions far safer.
So when we started in the middle 1970s, there was a 25% chance that you would become infected by the disease when you did a blood transfusion. When we ended, it was less than 1 in 10 million.
They even collaborated on the first recombinant vaccine ever for hepatitis B.
By developing the vaccine under these circumstances, you basically have a chance for protection for all the young people before they become infected.
Dr. Rutter is now chairman of Synergenics LLC, focusing on infectious and metabolic diseases. He has published 381 scientific articles and holds 26 patents. Despite his high-profile resume, Dr. Rutter knows that progress is dependent on persistence and collaboration.
Keep going. Try to do things that are both new and captivating and put a lot of energy into it. Carefully analyze your projects. Carefully analyze your goals. Part of this is an intellectual strategy for picking up on unusual observations. This usually results from both a technical observation, but also discussions with lots of people. People in the lab, sometimes a technician observes some little thing happening. So paying attention to details in one way or another is, I think, a good recipe for doing novel things.
In consideration of his international reputation as the father of biotechnology, for his leadership role in the field, and in recognition of his pioneering work with collaborators to develop recombinant DNA technology used to produce insulin and other hormones, and to develop vaccines against hepatitis B and other diseases, and in recognition that he first sequenced the HIV genome, and that he and his group discovered, cloned, and sequenced the hepatitis C virus, and recognizing this work allowed development of tests and treatments of these diseases, and in recognition that this work was instrumental in ensuring the safety of blood and blood products worldwide, and recognizing the leadership and support he provides new life science companies, and his service to many biotech companies and National Academy organizations, the University of Utah, with the approval of its Board of Trustees, presents William J. Rutter with the honorary degree of Doctor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Rutter. Our second honorary degree recipient is C. Hope Eccles, Doctor of Humane Letters.
Where there is education, there is always hope.
I'm named for both of my grandmothers. Hope is my dad's mother, and my first name, Clista, is my mother's mother. My mother's name was Cleone, and no substitute teacher could ever get it right. So she promised that she would name all of her kids with a name that the substitute teacher could get. So my first name being Clista, she didn't think that met the criteria, so that's why I've always been called Hope. So there were about 7 Hopes that were named after my grandmother.
C. Hope Eccles was born into a family that has always had a passionate commitment to education.
My mother's family in particular, she was from a small town in central Utah, Fairview. And my grandfather had wanted to go to law school, but his father passed away. And so he had to, as the oldest son, take care of the family. So he made sure that all of his 5 siblings all went to college and got a degree.
Following high school, Hope was accepted into Stanford University and earned a degree in economics and political science.
Exposure to all kinds of different classes have changed my life forever.
But Utah called her home, and she returned to attend the U's S.J. Quinney College of Law and to have some fun with her siblings.
And I think I was ready to be a little closer to home for a bit. A second bonus was that at that time, both my sisters and my brother were also attending the University of Utah. Then one quarter, we all took ballroom dancing together. And that was just a lot of fun. I'm not good, but it was fun.
And if law school wasn't challenging enough, Hope got her MBA from Columbia University Business School as well.
Getting an education mattered. It could make a difference.
Hope began her legal career as an associate in the New York law firm of Paul Hastings, Janofsky & Walker. But it was her desire to improve education in Utah that became her passion. She served at the state level as deputy for higher education and as co-chair of Envision Utah's My Education, My Future committee.
The single most important thing, I think, is to give people opportunities and choices, giving them a good education, giving them the opportunity to choose. The reality is kids today will probably have 12, on average, 12 different jobs, careers in their lifetime. So the importance of an education, it prepares them to be adept at changes, to embrace new opportunities.
Hope's service to the University of Utah has been extraordinary, dedicating her time and energies as a member of the Board of Trustees for 9 years, supporting the S.J. Quinney College of Law's Alumni Association, and helping create the Eccles Scholars Program in the Honors College.
We do bleed red. The University of Utah is a wonderful place, and we've got a very long history.
That history began with her parents, and she has followed in their footsteps.
I was particularly blessed with very special parents, but I think fewer people knew my mother and what she meant. And her commitment to the university, for Mother to have her name on this building, to have it exude or try to at least mirror some of her graciousness and show her commitment to education and her commitment to what the university can be and should be has never wavered either.
And what is Hope's message of hope today?
I can't express my admiration for the kids that are graduating today. You had to do that under circumstances that no one else ever has. I would embrace the fact that you had it tougher. You should move forward and say, we're able to adapt. We've had to figure out new ways to do things. Hang on to those ideas. Use those as you're moving forward. And then dream big. Dad's motto is always, the best is yet to come. I think if we can engender some attitudes of optimism and always a sense of humor, that will help our communities a lot. Our family is full of hope.
In consideration of her deep commitment to education and recognizing her passionate advocacy for higher education, and in recognition of her central role in making it possible for more students to attend the University of Utah through creation of scholarships, and in recognition of her appreciation for the transformative power of a college education to shape career and life success, and in recognition of her many contributions to educational reform at a state level, and recognizing her many years of service to the University of Utah on numerous boards and associations, and in recognition of her volunteer leadership service to many Utah organizations, and recognizing how she has given generously of her time and professional expertise to improve the university, our community, and other organizations across the country, the University of Utah, with the approval of its Board of Trustees, presents C. Hope Eccles with the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Eccles. Our third honorary degree recipient is Russell M. Nelson, Doctor of Science.
Russell Marion Nelson was born on September 9, 1924 in Salt Lake City, Utah. Early in his life, he learned how important it was to follow one's own personal convictions.
My father wanted me to go into the advertising business, which was his field of expertise. And when I was in high school, I made the decision that I wanted to be a doctor. And he was disappointed, but he said, "Your mother and I will do everything we can to help you."
Dr. Nelson graduated from high school at just 16 years old. He enrolled at the University of Utah and didn't waste any time in pursuing his dream of becoming a doctor.
I got my bachelor's degree in 1945, just 75 years ago, and my MD 2 years later. How did we do that? Well, I had to double up on the course load and no summer vacations, just go straight through, doing a double curriculum.
Even with his intense course load, Dr. Nelson, who was blessed with perfect pitch, found time to perform in a few campus musicals.
Gail Plummer was then head of the University Theater. I had been in a freshman play. Gail Plummer came around and said, "I want you to be in the musical that we're putting on the campus." I said, "Gail, I can't do it. I'm a pre-med student and I'm going to study." So he wouldn't take no for an answer. 2 or 3 times he said, "I want you to be in this play. You'd have the lead role." I said, "I can't do it." He said, "Well, just come to rehearsal." Okay. So I walked in Kingsbury Hall. There was a beautiful soprano singing. She was stunning. She was gorgeous. I said, "Gail, who is that?" "That's Dancel White. She's the one you'd be singing with in this play." I said, "Okay, you're on."
Dancel and Russell married in 1945. After finishing medical school at the U, Dr. Nelson went to the University of Minnesota for his residency. While there, he was a member of the team that developed the heart-lung machine. This new medical tool circulated and oxygenated blood, allowing complicated heart surgeries to be performed for the first time. A few years later, Dr. Nelson returned to Utah.
I was now a faculty member at the University of Utah. I've been working in the laboratory to try to create our own heart-lung machine and make it work. Well, then I went to the patient and I said, "We need to partition the heart so it'll function normally. This would be the first time it's been done here in the state of Utah, or I could send you to my colleagues in Minnesota." "Oh," she says, "you do it." Very casually. She was just so sweet, full of confidence. I performed the first open heart operation using the heart-lung machine in November 1955 in the state of Utah. That made the state of Utah the third state to have successful open heart surgery.
Dr. Nelson became the director of the U's Thoracic Surgical Training Program, and for 17 years, prepared more than 40 surgeons for that specialty. Following a remarkable medical career, Dr. Nelson has devoted his life to the service of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. In 2018, he became the 17th president of the church. His compassion for all has been shaped by his response to personal tragedies.
There is opposition to everything you do. One of the great tests in life is, how do you deal with adversity? I've had the great sorrow of burying my wife and 2 of my precious daughters. Those have been challenges that have tested my ability to to deal with hard things. You learn to deal with your challenges, make quick decisions, make good decisions, hopefully. I chose just to be in charge and try to do what's right.
Dr. Nelson has received numerous awards and recognitions throughout his life. Some of his most cherished are from right here at the University of Utah, like the Distinguished Alumni Award, and in 2018, a Presidential Endowed Chair in Cardiothoracic Surgery was created in honor of Dr. Nelson and Dancel W. Nelson. But his greatest desire is to help and encourage people along life's path.
No matter what your field of endeavor, it's well to excel. So do your work well, do it as well as anyone else can, and then it all equalizes out. Some people like to do one thing, some people like to do another, and isn't it a good thing we're all different?
Spoken from the heart, from a man who knows a thing or two about it.
In consideration of his significant contributions to medical science during his distinguished career as a cardiac surgeon, and in recognition of his pioneering work as the first surgeon to perform open heart surgery in Utah, thereby helping the state be among the first in the nation to successfully conduct open heart surgery, and acknowledging this was possible because of a heart-lung machine that he built with the help of his late wife, Dancel, and recognizing his achievements as a research professor and director of thoracic surgery residency at the University of Utah School of Medicine, where he trained generations of cardiac surgeons, and in recognition of his leadership in his profession and his groundbreaking work in global health, and his compassionate service to others, the University of Utah, with the approval of its Board of Trustees, presents Russell M. Nelson with the honorary degree of Doctor of Science, with all the rights, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Nelson.
Hi, my name is Enrique Sanchez, and I'm a political science major graduating with the class of 2021. Currently, I'm in Washington, D.C., completing an internship with the Hinckley Institute of Politics at the Barrs Strategy Group. My time at the University of Utah has been full of connections, life lessons, and opportunities. I am proud to be a University of Utah graduate. Go Utes!
Hi, my name is Gabriella Fagan, and I'm a senior at the University of Utah, graduating with a Health and Kinesiology BS on May 7th. During my time as a Ute, I was a swimmer on the University of Utah swim and dive team, as well as a member of the Alpha Phi sorority. I loved my time as a Ute so much that I'm going to be continuing my Ute career in the University of Utah's College of Nursing BSN program this fall. I can't wait to see what's in store. Go Utes!
It's my distinct pleasure to announce the recipient of the 2021 Rosenblatt Prize for Excellence. The Rosenblatt Prize is the highest honor the University of Utah bestows upon a faculty member. It recognizes achievement that transcends the everyday and ordinary in teaching, research, and in service at the U. The prize is awarded by the university's president based on recommendations from a distinguished selection committee. This year's recipient of the Rosenblatt Prize is Chris M. Ireland, Chief Global Officer for the Office of Global Engagement and Distinguished Professor of Medicinal Chemistry in the Department of Medicinal Chemistry. From Utah to South Korea, Dr. Ireland has made a mark as an outstanding researcher, a mentor, an administrator, and a diplomat. Dr. Ireland is currently serving as the university's Chief Global Officer, though his contributions to the university's global mission extend back nearly 2 decades. As a result of his talents as an administrator and an ambassador for the U, the university's Asia campus in Incheon, South Korea has been enthusiastically embraced by the South Korean government, and it's seen steady increases in enrollment and in global reputation. On the academic side, Dr. Ireland is a world-renowned leader in the field of marine natural products, devoting his career in medicinal chemistry to investigating animals, plants, and fungi that could be used as pharmacological tools, specifically to treat cancer. Dr. Ireland has authored or co-authored more than 200 peer-reviewed articles, 8 book chapters, and he holds 8 patents, and has received over $25 million in research funding. He's a respected mentor who's guided more than 4 master's students, 19 doctoral students, and more than 30 postdoctoral students and research faculty, many who've proceeded to have outstanding careers in industry and academia in their own right. Dr. Ireland was an inaugural recipient of the university's Distinguished Mentor Award in 2006 for his outstanding service as a teacher. He's received numerous awards for his research work, including being named an Alfred P. Sloan Fellow and received an NIH Career Development Award. In addition, the Governor's Medal for Science and Technology, and in 2014, the Paul J. Shar Award, the most distinguished award in the field of marine natural products. He has the respect and the acclaim of his colleagues nationally and internationally. In his nearly 40 years at the U, Dr. Ireland has served in many capacities within his college. Professor, the L.S. Skaggs Presidential Endowed Chair, Dean of the College of Pharmacy, and as Distinguished Professor in Medicinal Chemistry. During his academic career at the U, Dr. Ireland has also spent time as a visiting scholar at Griffith University and as an honorary research fellow at the Queensland Museum of Biodiversity Program, both in Australia. He's also been a fellow with the Japan Society for the Promotion of Science. As one nominator noted, Dr. Ireland has been deeply engaged in promoting excellence throughout his research, his teaching, and his administrative efforts in his entire career. His commitment to the university has been unwavering, and he's been a strong and innovative leader who's had a direct and positive impact on administrative colleagues, on faculty, staff, students alike. This recognition is extraordinarily well deserved. Congratulations, my friend and colleague, Dr. Ireland.
Hello graduates. As the outgoing president of the Associated Students of the University of Utah, let me add my congratulations. It has been an honor to represent you during your final year at the U. Graduating is always a special accomplishment, but I think it is extra significant that you all have completed your degrees in the most challenging of circumstances. Your determination and resilience are beyond inspiring. So, let's add to the inspiration by hearing from our keynote speaker, Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz. Donovan has long been one of my favorite players, and we've seen what he can do on the basketball court, but what he does off the court and in the community is just as inspiring. He is a committed and passionate advocate for social justice and also for opening doors to education for underrepresented and underserved students. And the NBA has also taken note of this, as in January, he was the recipient of the NBA Cares Community Assist Award. Donovan is a role model in every sense of the word, and he's also my birthday twin, September 7th. So without further ado, here's Donovan Mitchell.
To Interim President Michael Good, Board of Trustees and Board of Regents, and the Associated Students of the University of Utah, I want to thank you guys for allowing me to join you on your beautiful day of celebration. Class of 2021, congratulations to you and to your families. The determination and hard work that got you here today will be the foundation for everything you achieve going forward. As you start this new chapter of your life and your journey, hold the confidence that you can face tremendous uncertainty, that you can adapt to the unexpected challenges. When life brings you challenges and puts you on the sideline, the question is, how will you handle it? How will you face adversity? Will you come back stronger? Will you give in to adversity? What will you do? In high school, I broke my own wrist. Right when everybody was getting ranked and hyped up in AAU, I missed an entire summer. You know, you had the Ball is Life mixtapes, everybody had their own little highlight tape, and I was there sitting on the sideline watching it all go down. But sitting around watching everybody else get college offers just ignited a little fire inside of me that continued to build and continued to grow. And when I got my cast off at the end of the summer, we were right back to it. In the past year, the pandemic has put us all on the sideline. Today, when you toss your caps in the air, celebrate that fire to get back into the game. Celebrate that you kept at it, that you did the work to come back stronger than ever. Keep that fire. Let it carry you forward. Let it remind you not to waste a moment on things that aren't important to you. Let it remind you to bring purpose and focus to whatever you do next, especially when you face obstacles. And when you're reaching for the top level in your field, there will probably be someone that says you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, or you're not a star in what you do. Don't let that stop you. One of the most important things you can do for your own growth and success is deciding when to listen to feedback and when to not listen to feedback, and when to block out the so-called noise. If you have drive to build a company, develop a vaccine, or even found a nonprofit, if you have the courage to speak up for what you believe in and to speak out against injustice, if you have the heart to take care of your family and friends when they need you, the bigger you make your life, the more people will have an opinion on what you do. And those opinions can be loud, especially on social media. No matter if you succeed at a young age or you don't, someone's there to say you're not good enough. You're not a star in your field. So right at this moment, as you prepare for the next chapter of your journey, it is worth making choices about whose voice will shape your life. There have been times where I've had really good games and I've had really bad games. The noise is all the same. People are always going to have something to say. People are always going to find ways to tell you that you're not good enough, to tell you that you need to do this better, you need to do that better. The biggest thing is you listen to yourself and the people that care about you. For me, it's my teammates, my family, my coaches. But for you, maybe your family, maybe your business partner, maybe your idol, maybe even your colleague. But be inspired by the journey of others. But don't let comparison or criticism on social media discourage you or rush you on your own path. There are too many times where we allow social media to influence our lives. I tell my sister all the time, whatever you see on social media, don't compare that to your own life. Whether you are successful next year or in 10 years, progress isn't always necessarily linear. You're not always going to have the vacation photos on the beach every day. There are going to be times where you want to give up. There are going to be times where you don't feel like you have everything going your way. But don't let that discourage you. Don't let other people's lives and what others' expectations of what you should be doing at 24, 30, 35, 40. Don't let that affect what you have going on in your life and how you want to go about your own journey to success. For me, in high school, I was often underrated. Like I said, I wasn't on the list of top-level recruits. I wasn't invited to the biggest high school all-star games, which is the McDonald's game, NBA Top 100 camp. And if I had listened to people that told me that I wasn't good enough, I couldn't shoot, I was too small, I couldn't do certain things to get me to the next level, I certainly wouldn't be here today. We've seen that here in Utah too. For any of the Jazz fans, you know we've been underrated pretty much all season. And that's okay. This season we're showing everyone what we're capable of and what we're continuing to grow as a team. And the job's not finished. We're not settling for what others think of what we are. That is why I encourage kids to not let others put limitations on what they can do. That is determination over negativity. But blocking out noise is just half the equation. When you get valuable feedback, when you watch the game tape, determination over negativity is also about the actions you take to rise above, to grow, to improve. In school, I definitely had feedback from teachers. I wasn't the best student. I would try to find ways to get out of homework assignments, papers, tests. So whenever I came and turned in an assignment, there was always feedback, for lack of better words. The biggest thing for me was to take criticism and find ways to accept it and to grow and to build upon what I could be. One year, in my 8th grade year, we had to give a big speech for public speaking. I decided to choose the Martin Luther King Jr. I Have a Dream speech. But then I started messing around. memorized the first page, went back and played at video games, memorized the last page. And I figured all I had to do was just make up some stuff in the middle about freedom and inequality and so on. It didn't go over well. I wasn't taking my assignments and my schoolwork seriously. Needless to say, I had to redo the speech. I was in trouble with my mom at the house, and things didn't go over well. It took me several more years for me to understand the importance of my education, understand the importance of growing and listening to continuous feedback. I almost messed up my future by not qualifying to go play college basketball. It wasn't until my junior year when I risked not being able to play basketball at the next level due to my low GPA that I realized that I had to start taking grades more seriously. And from junior year on, I was able to progress each year to become a better student. And in my first 2 years of college, I was able to make first team All-ACC academic honors. And now I understand the value of education. I understand the value of listening to feedback that you don't always want to hear and finding ways to grow from it. You've all beat me to it by getting a college degree today. And that will definitely be part of my journey to finish and complete my degree. Basketball is great. It's provided me with life-changing experiences for myself and my family because at the end of the day, the air will run out the basketball. And all I will have to fall back on is my education. That is something that will last me my whole life. Today, what you achieved is worth great celebration. Whether your family has attended college or you're first in your family to earn a degree, this is a momentous step. Tremendous work and dedication went into this moment. And as you start a new job or pursue another degree, keep that spirit of learning. This next year is your rookie season. A lot will be new. The level of play in your field will be faster. The competition in your field will be stronger. Give it everything you got. But be kind to yourself. If you need a little more practice and a chance to find your rhythm, don't be afraid to ask questions. For me, my rookie year, and to this day, I called on someone who is a big brother to me and now owner of the Jazz, in Dwayne Wade. I asked him a million questions just on how to become a better player and just be a better Donovan as a whole and help me achieve the things that I want to achieve and similar to what he did in his career. So for you, you may be a colleague, it may be a family member, it may be someone that you looked up to your whole life. Asking questions will help you progress and get to where you want to get to in your career or in your life. Learning is the key to success. It's also a key to keeping our country moving forward. On the homepage of the U's website, it says, "You belong here." As a city, as a state, as a country, the steps we take to understand, to respect one another, are essential so that everyone can feel that they belong. Only if we are committed to learning from the past, from the present, and from one another can our country live up to its ideals. What would be possible if as a country we watched the game tape and learned from history? What would be possible if we brought the same curiosity and open-minded interests that we bring to studying chemistry or computer science or business and applied it to listening to one another with respect and learning from viewpoints that are different from our own? As you go forward, you have the opportunity to make so much possible for yourself, for your family, and for the country. You have the opportunity to make your life bigger than your own professional path, to pursue what brings you joy, and to make a positive difference in others' lives. So when the path gets harder, imagine the entire crowd of Vivint is cheering for you. We all know that energy in Vivint beats any other arena. That is the energy of Utah. We are all cheering for you. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thanks, Donovan. It means a lot that you would take the time to speak to the graduating class of 2021. I mean, you're in the middle of a season, best record in the NBA. We're excited for the playoffs. Go Jazz. So you know what this means, fellow grads? We're all about to become official Utah alums. That's pretty cool. And for what I hear, there are some pretty cool perks involved. Kim, show us what we've won.
Hi, I'm Kim Brunis-Holtz, president of U Alumni, Utah grad, and former member of the Red Rocks gymnastics team. And this is my spiffy new car in my favorite color, Utah red. But do you know what makes this really cool? Come on, let me show you. A Utah license plate frame, a special Utah branded license plate, and a U bumper sticker. And we're giving them all free to you as a new graduate of the University of Utah with our congratulations. Think of it as a way to make your ride look as smart as you are. And it's a whole lot easier than putting your diploma on your bumper. You should have received your grad package in the mail if you downloaded the Utah Alumni app and confirmed your mailing address. But if not, just download the Utah Alumni app, verify your mailing address, and we'll get you that grad gift out to your house. It now includes info on the U Alumni Network, now more than 290,000 strong, how to find jobs and internships, and even how to find a mentor. You can also join a regional U Alumni club or a U Alumni community. Go to ualumni.network to get info on how to download the app, get your grad gift, and stay connected to the U. Forever Utah.
Kim, you can't park there.
Seriously?
Class of 2021, we did it! Congratulations to everyone here. I'm so grateful and happy to be a part of this class. And we've gotten through the toughest of times, and that just shows how resilient we are. So my hat's off to you guys. Thank you, University of Utah. Thank you to all my professors, classmates, support groups. Thank you for helping me get here. Go Utes.
Hey, graduating class of 2021. From all of us over here, just wanted to wish a huge congratulations to you all, especially to my beautiful daughter, Abigail. I love you, I miss you, I'm so proud of you. God bless America, and go Utes.
Okay, everyone, here's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time for the presentation of candidates and conferral of degrees. We're about to make this graduation thing official. So when you hear your college mentioned, we want you to stand up and be recognized. And for those around you, they should clap and yell like crazy. It's the rules, actually. So get ready to move those tassels, because here comes your favorite cast of deans.
Graduate degrees recognize the highest level of academic achievement at the University of Utah. As graduate students, you have worked with faculty and staff to address health and equity issues resulting from a pandemic, to move us forward in creating a more equitable and just society, and to help us understand each other, our world, and the cosmos beyond our planet. The completion of your degree during this difficult time is a testament to your determination, resilience, and ability to pursue solutions to society's biggest challenges, even under the most trying circumstances. You are well prepared to share your expertise and knowledge with others. The faculty of the graduate school has documented your achievements, and tonight we are recognizing you as our colleagues and as our peers. President Good, it is my honor and pleasure to present the candidates who are to receive doctoral and master's degrees this year. We are pleased to recognize these outstanding candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as President of the University of Utah, by the people of Utah, acting through their representatives in the legislature and on the Utah Board of Higher Education, and on the recommendation of the faculty of the university and the university's Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the doctoral degree or the master's degree for which you have qualified, which entitles you to the rights, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations, graduates.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's start our cavalcade of amazing graduates with the placemakers, the design thinkers, the environmental caretakers, with the candidates from the College of Architecture and Planning. Please rise wherever you are and be recognized! Congratulations, graduates. We love you.
Will the energetic and entrepreneurial graduates of the David Eccles School of Business, who will soon be signing your paycheck and mind, please rise and be recognized wherever you are.
Will the sly scintillating, worth our perseverating, always cool cogitating, apathy obliterating activist candidates from the School for Cultural and Social Transformation rise and be recognized. Let me add that pre and post racial reckoning, you have been studying BIPOC love. Love for Asian American, Pacific Islander, Latinx, Indigenous, Black, and African American contributions to this country, which have been profound, and supportive love for all queer and trans people who still are not accorded their full human rights by many well-known institutions. We love your love.
Would the knowledge cultivators, creative mind curators, growing mind strengtheners, college pathway makers, teach to color outside the lines, and kickstarters of our future mathematicians, scientists, and leaders, candidates from the College of Education, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, graduates.
Will the brilliant, creative, entrepreneurial candidates from the College of Engineering, who now join the ranks of our alumni who developed the tools that enabled us to study and work from home during the pandemic, please rise wherever you are and be recognized by your family and friends. I look forward to congratulating you in person at our convocation tomorrow.
Will all the amazing artists, the courageous creatives, and those professional players, performers, and portrayers, those who tell our stories and of untold truths, who give voice to the voiceless and to our souls their art soothes. Those who bring us together and make us whole, and for their insightful work, our emotions they control. Those who awaken, inspire, and deepen our humanity, and in difficult times, keep our sanity. And so, will all the astounding artists, actors, dancers, and movie makers, the musicians, scholars, arts educators, creators, and curators in the College of Fine Arts, please rise wherever you are at this moment and be recognized. Thank you for making our world a more beautiful, connected, and reflective place for us all.
Will the candidates from the College of Health, whose careers will be devoted to the health and wellness of all individuals across the lifespan, and whose mottos will always be more health, less medicine, please stand wherever you might be and be recognized.
And now for the heart of the university. Wherever you are, rise up and be recognized, graduates of the College of the Humanities. Stand up, poets and philosophers, journalists, linguists and historians, rhetoricians and logicians, the persuaders, translators, and creators of the future.
Let me begin by first congratulating all the students, their families, and friends for persevering through a very challenging year. The pandemic obviously changed everything, but we had earthquakes and windstorms, and it was a year to remember, to put it mildly. We're very proud of all of you. I'm here to recognize the wonderful students of my college, and let me just begin by saying, will the engineers, the scientists, the stewards of the earth, the students of all time and length scales, all forms of matter, all elements of the periodic table, the extremes of pressure and temperature, will the honorable candidates of the College of Mines and Earth Sciences please stand virtually, physically, spiritually, and be recognized. You may be seated. Congratulations, class of 2021. We're very proud of you. Go do great things.
On this National Nurses Day, and during a year in which the world has witnessed the tremendous impact of nurses, will the nursing and interdisciplinary gerontology candidates from the College of Nursing, who will promote wellness and prevent illness, reduce health disparities and promote equity, and improve health outcomes for persons and communities within Utah and beyond, please rise and be recognized.
College of Science graduates, you've persevered, you've overcome, and now it's time to celebrate. Scientists and mathematicians guided us through this last year of the pandemic, and it was scientists who were responsible for the spectacular vaccines that are leading us out of it. And now it's your turn to explore the endless frontier, to make your own discoveries, and to contribute your own solutions. College of Science graduates, stand up and be recognized.
With the inspiring individuals who will help develop solutions to the social, environmental, economic, and racial challenges that face our world today, from the great College of Social and Behavioral Science, please celebrate wherever in the world that you are. We are so proud that you yourself were resilient through so many challenges over the last year, and we look forward to connecting with you as you make a more compassionate and equitable world. Congratulations.
Social Work Class of 2021. You join a noble and necessary profession. You are prepared for some of the greatest needs we've seen in 100 years. Step forward for yourselves. Step forward for all of those you'll serve. Step forward and be recognized.
It is with pleasure that the university recognizes its undergraduates and welcomes these candidates into our alumni ranks and into the fellowship of the well-educated people. By the virtue of the authority vested in me as president of the University of Utah, by the people of Utah, acting through their representatives in the legislature and on the Utah Board of Higher Education, and on the recommendation of the faculty of the university and the university's Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the baccalaureate degree or certificate for which you have qualified, which entitles you to all the rights, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Class of 2021, please accept our warmest congratulations. We wish you ongoing success and a future that exceeds what you have imagined. You have learned to think, to search, to find, to discover, and to invent, to push ahead in the most challenging of situations. And we can't wait to see what you achieve in the future.
Finally, it's official. Stand up and cheer, all you graduates. It's been a long road, but we made it, and now we're ready to take on the world. If this year proves anything, it's that we know nothing can stop the class of 2021. Thanks for tuning in, and go Utah!